Well, reality's bit me. A simple project, he said. It turned out not to be so simple, but I have figured it out. I knew it could be done, so it's just a matter of figuring out how. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a sled. It's a simple piece of wood with parallel sides, bit of plywood, and I've got to mount the blank across it at what turns out to be 21.6 degrees, the angle. And two ends, the dimensions I'll cover later. That hold the piece of wood at that angle on that sled. So here's my pin router. If I was feeding, I'm going to do this with the overhead router to test the overhead router. If I feed that through under the pin look, it's cutting that line diagonally across my blank, and that's what I need to do. Here's the blank that I started with. So if I kind of line that up, but it won't be this piece of wood. I'll explain why in a minute. Then that lines up. It's going to introduce a 90-degree twist, because the index point here and the index point at that end are 90 degrees apart, and that's where I get that height from. Looking at the circle, if there's a square that just fits inside that circle, that distance there is the blank is wider than this. That distance there is actually that square. So that square inside the top line of the square forms a rectangle inside the cylinder, and we're routing diagonally across from one corner of that rectangle to the other. And once we've done that 20 times, we will have our figure. This works for sure. So I've got to make this sled, make these little, the ends, the ends of those are, here's an example. If I've got the square on here, so from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20, like so, there's a square on this, for example, and the height from the bottom of the circle to the square is the height of these supports. So that platform, it will be the height down of the fluting as well. So it gives me an idea, well, it gives me exactly where the flutes need to end. So I've got to build this jig now, turn another cylinder, because this cylinder are tapered and it makes it too complicated, because you get a triple mitre going on. You've got to angle that then so that the height of the points 5 apart are angled to the same, so that they fall on the same height. It just makes it more, and that isn't that becomes a trapezoid rather than a rectangle. It makes it that much more complicated. And for the first go, I'm going to just do it like a cylinder and a rectangle. So yeah, not as simple as I thought. Reality really bit me there, but you know, you just got to figure a way, knowing that it can be done. Just figure the way. Thanks for watching.